Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your most preferred channel, Channel Up, where we share updates about trending issues in Nigeria and globally. Thanks for joining us. After our last deep dive into the Mohbad saga, everybody is asking what really happened to Mohbad. Is this about music or is this about a child, Liam, possibly not being Mohbad's? Well, tonight, Channel Up breaks the silence. Allegedly, Dr. Kemi Olunloyo has dropped explosive claims linking Wumi, Mohbad's widow, one, Iyabo Ojo, and the Malian circle, and even King Elegushi. This could change everything. But first, watch this. A very highly informative video by Dr. Kemi Olunloyo, where you would hear all names mentioned. Please stay tuned. You're going to be shocked by information in this video, but I'll give you more analysis after the break.
Today is Sunday, the 17th of August, 2025, and Liam is supposed to be Mohbad's son, but I was the one that said this child is not Mohbad's child. This child was fathered by somebody else who we don't know, and the mother has refused to do a clean DNA test. Iyabo Ojo and Tonto DK, who secretly took her for 2 DNA tests, found out negative tests. They called it private DNA. They went to use the grandmother's blood, I believe. Either way, this child is not Mohbad's child. This is the child that caused the fight in the backseat of the car that led to the injuries in the house and the continued vigorous fight. You can see Wumi's face all swollen. Even some of the people in the car, when they were taking him to the hospital, they had swollen faces too while they were trying to separate them. The write-up that I wrote on Facebook goes like this, and I'll explain it to you. Okay? This is Mohbad's dad, Liam, and Mohbad. If you look at their faces, I'm just trying to explain telegony to you. You can go and Google it. It's a disproven theory of hereditary holding, that an offspring can inherit the characteristic of a previous mate of the female parent. In other words, if Wumi is sleeping around with different men, the child she has is going to look like one of those men, but not necessarily the husband. So the only thing that can disprove this disproven theory is a DNA test. In other words, if Liam looks like somebody else, okay, another man, and Wumi has possibly slept with them, she has slept with everybody in the Malian house. That's a known. She really needs a DNA test to say and find out who the father is. In this collage that I made, do you remember me accusing Sam Larry of fathering this baby? The two Sam Larry photos makes this child look like Sam Larry in ways that you may see or you may not see. But remember what Sam Larry did. Sam Larry replied me on Instagram story in October of 2023, a month after Mohbad died. Auntie Kemi, Liam is not my child. I have my own wife and children. Oh. And to me, that was his answer, and I killed the Sam Larry angle. Now, some of you are saying this child looks like Spending. Yeah, he does look like Spending and could be also Spending's child if Wumi has actually slept with Spending. Like I said, she has slept with everybody in the Marlian house. All right. This last picture of the child and Mohbad also has something funny here. This child is lighter than Mohbad. None of them are light like this. So I took it back to Sam Larry, but then Sam Larry said he didn't father the child, and I don't have to go further. Now, the expression of this child did not click with Mohbad. And this is King Saheed Elegushi, and I'll tell you his role there. And some of you eagle-eyed Nigerians that say that this king may have fathered Mohbad, I'm going to read you my write-up and what I wrote. Okay? Because really, the reason why this is very important is because there was a fight in the back seat of the car, and this fight was over the child's paternity. There were two people in the car aside from Mohbad, Wumi, and the baby, and one of those people told me all the details about the fight. Now, I'm not going to tell you which one told me, but VDM interviewed one of them. However, you can do your probability and guessing over there. What I wrote was King Saheed Elegushi needs a better PR team on this case, especially with Wumi Adebanjo's slip of tongue. Remember that voice note where Wumi made a mistake? It's called a slip of tongue. Baba Liam killed Mohbad. Who is Baba Liam? that killed Mohbad. You were the one with him. There was no Baba with you. People have constantly trolled this king on the paternity of Liam. He has constantly disowned Liam, so has Mohbad. So who's Liam's father? I did this investigation under IJ Mohbad. If you go to the hashtag IJ Mohbad on X, on Facebook, and any platform, you'll see all my work there. It's a lot of work, okay? About 300 and something posts, almost 90 something videos, almost 40 something live videos, everything's there. I then did IJ Mohbad too. Okay, the first investigation I solved the case November 30th. I told Aguilara, and Aguilara has passed away. Well, let me continue reading this first and then I'll discuss it. All right, I'm writing a book and that's why I'm doing IJ Mohbad review. And the review is because of this new things that VDM found. I knew there was a chat group and I told you guys in September of 2023, but I didn't know who was in the group and what they were talking about. So I haven't put my book to press. Now, when you buy the book, you'll see everything, okay? If I keep giving you reviews, I won't be able to sell a book. And the reason why journalists write books about cases they did, like murder cases and all that, is to put it in history. Some do documentaries, some take it to Netflix. There's different things people do. But I want to write my first book about my career. So the details of Joseph Aloba's meeting with this king lasted 48 hours. If you remember, at one point, Baba Mohbad said, Ale Lokba Mohbad, meaning Baba Ale Lokba Mohbad. It means the father of the bastard killed Mohbad. The bastard will now be Liam. The father of the bastard is the person that fathered Liam. And 2 young men were arrested by King Galagushi for defaming him, saying that he fathered Liam. Now, when those guys were arrested, I don't know the details of the case. They went to court a few times. I don't know if they got bail, but the king used his power to arrest, and that's Nigeria for you. Now, he also filed a petition to have Joseph Aloba come in. When Baba Mohbad went in, everybody was like real scared that they're going to detain him, arrest him, blah, blah, blah. They did not detain him overnight. It lasted 2 days. He went back the next morning. What they talked about, him and that king, was never released by him or by anybody. So we don't know the contents of their discussion. And Mr. Aloba has the key to it. Don't forget, you guys donated almost 220 million, okay, for Wunmi and this whole family. And at the end of the day, some of the money you donated was supposed to go to a second DNA test, a second toxicology test for Mohbad, which Baba Mohbad never did. And some of those that sent big money from South Africa were very upset that their money was not used, and Baba Mohbad just took the money and ran. Okay, so at the end of the day, all right, VDM interviewed one of those people in the car. Aguilara told his bosses that Kemi Olunloyo has possibly solved the case. Then he mysteriously died. Someone was cleaning out Aguilara's computers at the police headquarters, and they found my name in the email. The person said I should keep them secret. They just forwarded the email to me. That email is with me. You'll see it in my book. I can't put it out now. But in that email, it was being sent to a top cop, okay? And the top cop was told that I've possibly solved this case, but they don't want to solve it. You'll see why it happens. Okay, so the DNA issue was started by me. 3 days when that DNA issue was started by me, VDM started talking about it. So some of you think VDM started the DNA issue, okay? I started that issue. It's not competition. VDM mentioned my name in his video September 2023, asking Karimo to go and sue Kemi Olunloyo if you disagree with her on the DNA test. It's not competition. And this is the whole thing that started my fight with Yabo. As soon as Yabo saw me saying, don't donate for that black widow, let her go and do DNA, the attacks to me from Yabo now started, okay? So Karimo later called me that week in the middle of the night and cursing me, all right? So but basically this is what's going on. And during the time of the Ikate King, a lot of you were not focused. Many of you were sitting on Yabo's side, following nonsense and acting like assholes and all. these are the headlines. Some people were telling me on Facebook they never saw this. Police group Baba Mohbad. A lot of people were concerned about Baba Mohbad because of the fact that they thought he was being arrested. But no, he went home and came back the next day. 48 hours interrogation. Elegushi family disowned Mohbad's son's paternity dispute. They said it's not their child. Meanwhile, Wumi is saying that the child is a prince, has royal blood. Police interrogate Mohbad's father. That's another one from Premium Times. And this is Liam. And guys, if you really notice that first birthday that she did for Liam, go and look at that picture that the boy was dressed in traditional in a photo shoot in a studio. Like everybody kept saying he looked like the king. And then Wumi herself said, look at my royal prince. So look at my royal prince is like, who is Wumi trolling? At the end of the day, go and do an open, clean DNA test for this child.
Okay, that was the video there. That was Dr. Kemi Olunloyo. She was very frank, very raw, very dangerous in her speech. She's alleging that Liam is not Mohbad's child. One, we all know this. She claims Wumi secretly did 2 private DNA tests. Grandmother's blood involved, not official, to prove Liam is not Mohbad's. Okay, now Iyabo Ojo and Tonto Dike were allegedly involved in those DNA tests. I've told you that before. The issue, she says, sparked a bloody fight in Mohbad's car that night in Ikorodu and may have helped lead to his death. I don't know how true this is. Now, what do we know for sure? That was Dr. Kemi's assertion. What do we know for sure? And from reporting, this is where we will work with, so that we'll know where to go to, how to go about it, when to go there, and on what basis we're to make conclusions on. Follow me. Now, I will check a first focal point. I would speak, or I would call it like, let's say, the paternity doubts and what Mohbad's father thinks. Mohbad's father, Joseph Aloba, has repeatedly insisted on a DNA test, in a public DNA test, not a secret one like Yabo's, to verify whether Liam is truly his grandson or not. So he has openly said countless times that the child does not look like Mohbad, and he has voiced out a kind of deep skepticism about the child. Okay, so that perspective alone throws more doubts on this. But what was Wumi's public stance as at the time? In October 2024, Wumi, Mohbad's widow, publicly agreed to a DNA test, to a public DNA test to clarify Liam's paternity. But what happened afterwards? We did not hear anything. Did the tests go on? No. Even if it went on behind closed doors. We're yet to hear the results of that test. Okay. Another point is these allegations from Kemi. Now, Kemi has alleged that Liam was fathered by someone else, insinuating people like Sam Larry and suggesting that Iyabo Ojo obstructed the truth. However, no verified or mainstream news source confirms that DNA results exist from grandparents' blood tests or even private samples or samplings as described by Dr. Kemi. Since the DNA test, we've not had anything from Iyabo or Tonto as a public declaration of the DNA results. So what is the official investigation statement? We heard that the investigation of Mohbad's death was closed, but private investigators are still going on with it, like VDM and Kemi and the rest, and Yomi Fabi. The inquest of Kemi on Mohbad's death is active. The body was exhumed, autopsy completed, and a nurse named as the primary suspect in the injections that may have caused his death. This is what we all know, yeah? There is no publicly available evidence linking Liam's paternity dispute directly to the cause of Mohbad's death. Only Kemi has done that, and we are yet to verify because Mohbad is gone. None of the people present has come out to say anything. If you're with me, then we can't link it up now. Only Kemi has done so because she has investigated according to her. Now, what did VDM say? Very Dark Man also reignited paternity rumors, and he called out Iyabo Ojo. One report notes that he accused her, among others, of framing Naira Marley of the killing and then fueling the DNA dispute and misdirecting the narrative. This is what we all know about this. But for the names that were mentioned, the Oba Elegushi and whoever, they are just speculations by Dr. Kemi. Okay, These people have come out to deny. Sam Larry has denied paternity. Oba Elegushi and his entourage have denied. So nobody has been linked yet. Only one thing is known, according to Kemi, that Liam is not Mohbad's son. If he is not, then who is Liam's father? Allegedly, a hidden paternity fight erupted in Mohbad's car, scaring faces and sparking the fatal events that followed. You understand? This particular fight was what brought out the issue, according to Dr. Kemi. What is verified? Mohbad's dad wants a DNA test. Wumi has agreed to one publicly, but it's yet to be done. Official investigations into Mohbad's death maybe have been closed down by the government or the police, but in private investigators are still going on. What remains very, very, very blurry? The private DNA tests, the involvement of the grandmother's blood, the fight in the car, the royal family involvement, all alleged by Kemi, but with no corroborating documentation or independent source, just like I said before. So we'll continue to follow up this case gradually, maybe until Very Dark Man gets to the point where things will be revealed, or it gets to an abrupt closure, or it gets to a point where everybody will come out and say what is up. So here is my view. Here is my view and my honest view. No wonder the streets are talking. The overlap of grief, the high degree of suspicion, royalty, the private dealings, all wrapped in one death of a Nigerian artist. This seems to me like a combination of chaos. If Dr. Kemi's allegations are true, they shift the narrative from music politics to paternity politics, as if we're to believe this particular video. But until a credible and official DNA test is done and the results are presented publicly and recognized by authorities, not few investigations, the truth hangs on a knife edge. So here is what I leave you with. Okay, what if the real reason Mohbad is gone today is not just about injections, or it's not just about the Malian beef, but about a very human question of identity? Could the fight over a child's paternity have been the spark that brought about the fight? And if so, who will dare to light the path to the truth? Is the story here about justice, or about the secrets that have been buried for long months now? This is the question. All right, if you've enjoyed what we do here, don't forget, this is Channel Up. We keep it real, we keep it raw. Follow our channel. Don't forget to like these videos. Don't forget to tap the notification bell and drop your comments in the comment section so we could engage together. See you next time. For me, peace out.